I'm Madeline.
And I'm Caroline, and you're listening to Talkitecture, the podcast where we gossip as students.
And spill the tea on all things architecture. Just for the listeners, I'm a little bit sick, so if my voice sounds weird or if I'm more low energy than usual, that's why. And also that's why I'm in a grout fit and Caroline looks like a put together queen.
I just came back from studio, so yeah. I feel like I usually look like in my comfy clothes, and you're
always in your
dressed.
comfy clothes.
Yeah. So
wow,
this is
roles
fair.
reversed. Yeah, I'm excited for the episode. Care to explain?
Yes. Okay, so this week for game night, we are doing an advice column.
Yay.
And if you've listened to the past couple of episodes, you know that we have a link in our Instagram bio to send us advice. And also on our stories, we're posting like those little like
question
ask us
things.
Anything kind of things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That type of thing. So we got some questions.
We really did.
Thank you so much.
Thank you if you wrote in, because we literally love you more than anything.
Yeah. No, you're our favorite people. You're the best listeners that we have.
Hands down. And now we have stuff to talk about.
And we don't know who you are, which is amazing.
No.
Because like,
it's kind of funny.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yes, for future, I feel like we'll be doing this for a lot of game nights. So just click on that little link and ask us questions, because it's fun.
Anything.
Even if it's like a dumb question.
Yeah. Because
there are no dumb questions.
we want this to be like a regular thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do it. It'll be fun too.
So fun. So fun. So fun. I guess today will be our trial episode.
Yeah.
All right. Should we just get right into it?
Okay. So the very first question we got, it's kind of funny. How did you guys meet? Go to episode 1.
You literally go to episode 1. Like, are you even
episode
a listener?
2.
Yeah, true. I feel like people assume that we've known each other longer than we have.
Yeah.
But we just met last year.
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
It's been a year exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's our 1-year anniversary.
Yay! Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
We were in the same studio and our desks were right next to each other.
Yeah.
And we bonded over Taylor Swift and other things.
I don't remember what I remember. Yeah.
What?
You had a Jerf Avenue bag and I was like,
oh,
hello.
Yes. We bonded over Jerf Avenue, our favorite thing in the entire world.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matilda Jerf.
Thank you, Matilda.
You're our queen. So that's how we met.
Yes.
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah. We weren't assigned seats, but like these other girls like knew Madeline because she was new to the group. And then like I just walked up the stairs and I just see Madeline and these girls and they were like, you're sitting there. And I was like,
yeah.
Okay. Like, I don't care.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So that's
our desks were like amazing, and whenever I walk past our desk now, it like makes me a little
I actually
sad.
avoid that path. I can't do it.
Yeah, me too.
It's like it was like a safe little cocoon back there because we had this like pillar behind us, so it was so cozy.
And our desks were so low.
Yeah,
like
so low.
Now our desks are raised, and like we're just like loud and proud
working
this
girls
year.
now.
We are
Last
working
year
girls.
We were like cozy, like crafting, because we had to make so many models, and we would like do all this weird model making stuff.
Yeah.
And now we're just like business.
Now
like,
it's all
monitor,
computer.
Keyboard, standing desk, like
literally. Yeah, we both have a monitor. We both have keyboards, and we both have mouses. Mouses.
Yes.
A totally different vibe, and we're in different studios, so it's horrible.
Very different. Yeah.
At first, I didn't mind it because I was like, I'm actually getting work done. But now I'm like getting distracted because I don't have some like people to like. I just get distracted with my own thoughts. Sometimes I just need to like talk about Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Also, like we knew each other's projects like really well.
Yeah.
So we would always be able to like help, but like now, nobody knows my project.
Hard. I know.
It's
next
just
semester. Let's hope we sit next to each other.
Yeah.
Let's just pray. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So yeah. We and that's how we met. The next question we got was your favorite part of group projects and tips. I think we talked a little bit about it, but our last pinup assignment was a group project, and it was fun.
Yeah. It was really fun. It was like I guess to answer the question, like
Yeah.
the easiest part is just like if you have a good team, like it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's like so easy to divide up the work, especially in architecture. Like
My favorite part was my group. I love my group. My favorite part was literally meeting for like hours every single day because we were like at times struggling, but it didn't really feel like it because like you have everyone else in the same exact boat as you. And it's kind of nice dividing up the work because then you can work on what your like favorite things to do and like what you don't like to do is someone else's favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think it's nice too because the skill sets are kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
So like we had one girl that like knows Illustrator really well, and that was super nice because she did all the Illustrator stuff and I didn't have to touch Illustrator.
Yeah.
But I know CAD, so I like did stuff in CAD. And
Yeah.
then, like
Yeah.
it was just nice to like divvy it up by skill.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like it was honestly not even that, like it was a lot of work. Like if it was one person, I would be like, I would be able to do it, but it would be rough. And this, like splitting it between 3 or 4 people, it was like, oh, this is like kind of relaxing,
like
in a
really
way.
nice.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not responsible for like every little detail of this project.
Yeah.
If something's not to my liking, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a big deal.
No.
A tip would be not everything's going to go the way that you want it to go. And even if you guys have really similar taste, you still have different taste on some things and you kind of just have to let things go, which is hard for me sometimes. But like I trusted my group, so I was like, I know it's going to look good.
Yeah.
Just gotta.
You can't like micromanage.
No.
You have to just like the way we divvied it up. I guess some groups like divvied it up too much. Like they split apart the whole entire thing.
So they were barely working
and like
together,
they weren't really working together. But then like I feel like both of our groups were still working together and all of us were giving each other input even on our like one particular part of the project. Yeah. Like we were executing our vision together, not executing 3 different like visions for the same project. Yeah. So I feel like just like give in to people's like whatever people want. Like you have to give something. You can't just like, you don't want to be like the overpowering personality in the group
because then no one's gonna like you either.
No one's gonna like you, and like you're not gonna even get your vision done because
and what
you're
makes
just,
you think
like,
that you're the best too,
you're trying to like force this thing on everyone and it's just not working. You have to just let it like go organically the way each person is gonna work.
For our final pinup, I like had a full like nervous breakdown because like we pinned everything up and everything we were supposed to pin up one way and like it wasn't big enough to pin up the way we wanted to, and I was like freaking out. So then I left because I had to go print something else, and my group pinned it up and I came back and it looked like great, and I was like, why was I even freaking out? Like
I feel like you have to trust the process. Like sometimes you'll see something in progress in a group project and you'll be like, shit, like this is going bad. And then you come back the next day and they've like finished and you're like, oh my god, you like pulled that together. Like
this looks fantastic.
All 3 of our stuff like looks great together actually. Trust the process.
Biggest tip is trust the process because it's all gonna work out most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't, and then that's when you go to your professor.
If it's like really bad, like obviously go to your professor.
But it almost is never that bad.
I feel like most people, it's just like you are like dividing the work in a weird way. Yeah,
exactly. Okay, what's the next question?
Next question is, what is a starchitect?
And I kind of don't know. I know, but I don't know. I feel like it's just like the biggest of the big.
It's like the celebrities of architecture.
Yeah.
Like you like Frank Lloyd Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright is like a starchitect because he's just like famous. But like it's more of a modern term. Like it's not like people weren't calling these people like starchitects. Like I think it came about like I actually have no idea, but it's not like an old term.
No,
like, you wouldn't call someone from like I don't know the 1800s like a starchitect.
Is there a word for like the biggest artists like Van Gogh? Them? Is there like a term like this for artists? I feel like there is, but maybe there's not.
I don't think it's like a new kind of word like that.
Yeah,
just like
starchitect is kind of a famous. Fun play
That's
on
just
words.
It. You're a pop star basically.
You're a pop star. Yeah. I feel like when you say starchitect, I think Frank Lloyd Wright, Le Corbusier, Zaha
I feel like
Hadid.
that's like the origin of Starkitect, is like those people, because their architecture like begins to influence like all parts of life and becomes like talked about in areas that aren't considered architecture. And I'm gonna Google Starkitect.
Yes, please. I love saying Starkitect because it's just satisfying, because it sounds like architect, but it's not. It's Starkitect.
It's not.
Okay.
I can't spell Starkitect.
Starkitect.
Okay.
It's like not even a real word.
I don't even. Oh, okay.
Okay, what does it say?
I don't even know what the words in the definition are.
I don't even know how to.
Okay,
Starkitect is a portmanteau.
Used to describe architects whose celebrity and critical acclaim have transformed them into idols of the architecture world. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We
said
knew
that. Yeah.
If any English majors know what a portmanteau means,
and fame among the general public. Yeah.
Yeah. So like us, basically.
If you want to call us that, that's
if you want to call us a Starkitect, well, I'll let it slide. It's okay.
But
yeah.
I feel like they're kind of controversial sometimes. Like, okay, if you know Bjarke Ingels, he's a Starkitect. I feel like he's the only Starkitect for me, other than Jeannie Gang, living right now. Like,
I don't know if she'd be
Jeannie isn't as big. Like, architects know Jeannie.
Yeah.
But like,
true. But like the world doesn't.
Everyone knows Bjarke Ingels.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I always hear people like, even when you just Googled what's a Starkitect, I saw like, is Zaha Hadid a Starkitect? And I always see people questioning if she is. And like, to me, I'm like, yeah, duh.
She's like on the same like quotability as like Gary. Like,
I think it's just because she's a woman.
Facts. Like, if you're talking about Frank Gehry, then you know who Zaha Hadid is. Like,
yeah.
They're at the same fame level to me.
They really are. And she's like the best. I love her stuff.
Yeah.
I love her. I like her more than the other. She's way better than Le Corbusier to me.
Yeah.
Even though Le Corbusier has like the 5 principles and all of his little stuff.
He designed some pretty oppressive things.
You could say that.
Yeah. I mean, every architect has their little dark period where they design something where they like they go a little too hard.
Yeah.
They over design something and you're like, oh.
They design too close to the sun.
Yeah.
And it goes bad.
His city plan for Paris, look that up.
Literally, like, the architects who are listening are gonna like hate me when I say this. I hate Le Corbusier with like a passion. Like, his stuff is so ugly to me.
It's blasphemous.
I know.
It's like
I
not
shouldn't
good
have even
to
said
say,
that.
but I mean, like, it's okay. Like,
I see how people could
Yeah.
learn from it, but it's like
it is
so
foundational.
It's like the basic. Maybe that's why it's so
well,
famous.
that's because he invented that.
True.
He invented the basic, but
When
like,
you put
so
it like
it's like
that, I get it.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
But like, not my vibe. And also,
No.
weird point in history, because he like wanted all his buildings to be lifted above the ground because they had the sanitary issues and like it.
And thus the Pilotis were formed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it was a weird time.
Yeah, it was a weird time. Okay. Ooh.
We have a juicy one.
The next question is kind of out of left field, but it's a fun one. You can read it.
Okay. How do I tell my bestie I don't want to go to the same college as her? First of all, thank you for putting this in our advice
Literally,
column.
thank you so much for spicing it up.
Yeah.
We love you.
We appreciate this one.
And I I don't know where to begin. This is also a really hard one.
It's like hard because I need to ask you more questions.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, how long have you okay, bestie, let's assume that they've known each other for like,
I'm saying middle school, elementary school.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you've known each other a while.
Yeah. They went to middle school together for sure.
Yeah.
But like, why wouldn't she want to go to the same college as her? Maybe they're kind of like clingy.
Well, I think like it's like college is like your time when you're trying to figure out who you are, and if you've been attached to one person your whole childhood, you want to experience a new social circle, not being attached to them. Like, people want to go and leave high school and not be associated with who they were in high school. So I totally get it.
This is a classic pipeline.
It's a classic one.
It's like so typical. You go to college, but you want to like find yourself. So you distance yourself from everyone you know, and then you're like, wait, why did I do that? They're actually like my friends. Like, I don't know. And then sometimes you go back and sometimes you don't. But like, remember, like, you don't have to like totally reinvent yourself in college.
You don't have to. And like, you could go to the same like, okay, if let's say you like the same school and you both just like independently came to the conclusion that you both like this school, then like you can both go there, and freshman year just don't room with each other. Room with other people, meet other people. Your social circles will really quickly become different probably, and you'll still have someone like comfortable that you know at school, which will be great, but you'll also have created distance. Just don't like go to the same school and then you're only in that person's social circle.
Exactly. I'm kind of like, why do you need to like tell her this explicitly? You know,
I feel like this person like really
maybe keeps asking,
or like, yeah, they keep asking, or like they have decided that they don't want this school or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you want to go somewhere else, go somewhere else. Like if you are not interested in the same college, don't like plan and try and find one that you both like just like do what you want to do, because you'll regret it if you don't do.
It's like when high school couples go to college together just to go to college together, and then like they almost always break up.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I've never none of the couples in my school I think went to college together.
So many couples in my high school went to college together, and like half of them broke up.
Yeah,
and then they're stuck at the same school just because they wanted to go to the same school together.
Yeah, and like you're gonna have very different like interests in life, and like you don't even really know when you're like applying to college, at least I didn't, like what you actually are gonna want to do.
Yeah,
like you probably are gonna start out as like a business major, and like you know, like it's everything you just don't know until you get there. And I feel like if you do want to tell her, just be like,
just approach it in a way that like I just want to kind of find my own interests, see who I am as a purely independent person. You know,
because I feel like it's all just attached to that, like and that's fair, you deserve to do that.
Okay, in a way I can't relate to this question at all, because I was too independent in college and wish I had someone to depend on.
We're like different. Like I went to college with my best friend, so
yeah,
like,
you did. yeah,
I'm like, I am this question, but yeah, now we don't talk. So.
And all, yeah.
See how that turned out.
So interesting.
But it's all about like communication. Like it's just like you have to tell her if this is what you don't want, and like, I don't know it,
because it also like if you could say like if you go to college together, you might like end up hating each other and not be friends, and you still want to be friends. Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know.
I feel like if you do go, just don't room together. Just like create your own least. Yeah, create your own like circle, because then you can still find independence at the same. Like I was very independent, had a job, had a completely different like life from my friend and roommate that I went to school with, and then our lives just like further diverged. Yeah, which just happens. Yeah, with friendships too. So yeah,
just normal. In general. Yeah. Thank you for that question though.
Yeah, thank you.
I wish if you're listening to this, like respond back in like a year and tell us how it went. Yeah. Somehow if you still remember us. Yeah. The next question we got is, how do you motivate yourselves to work and you can't say we love what we do? This is a hard one, because for this it changes for me like once a week.
I have no idea. I like I don't motivate I don't know. Like
somehow we motivate ourselves because we get the work done. There has to be something.
I don't like I wish I knew, because then maybe I could tap into it and like get myself motivated that way. But I just like I don't know. Like I have yesterday, for example, I had tons of free time, and we had to do like a couple iterations of massing for our site, and I just like was sitting around all day, and then I got a burst. Like I had to force myself to like sit at my desk and do it at like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I don't know.
sometimes for me it's like if my peers have all this stuff and I don't, I'll feel so embarrassed. So like I do the work purely to not humiliate myself.
That is definitely a component. Yeah.
And I feel like we always say this, like we care. It's not
care.
even that like we love
yeah.
what we do. We just like care about, I think, our success so much.
Yeah. I care about this project. I care about my classes. I care about school. I want to do well. And like that in and of itself is like my only motivation. Like there's nothing else really motivating me other than just like I really love this. So I feel like it's hard when you like actually really like something.
I know.
I have really odd work habits, like workflows, because I just like don't know when the motivation is just gonna strike me.
Exactly.
Like, that's how it happens.
Exactly. I feel like some people are okay with like doing like fine work. That's I don't know, but like I don't know. I feel like we're always making sure that we're doing the best that we can most of the time, unless it's an assignment that like I have to have my priorities like somewhere else,
unless it's something that's like not related to studio. Otherwise, if it's related to studio, I want to be doing my absolute best that I possibly can.
But
also sometimes I will watch YouTube videos where people are like productive day at university, and like that was what I was doing last night. I watched like 3 and I was like, okay, like now like the aesthetic, like I want that aesthetic in my life right now. Like I'm just gonna go sit and make tea and like do my work. That's if I like really need to force myself.
Sometimes listening to music motivates me so much. Like the past few days where I've had to like, actually I haven't been doing any work the past few days. Last week when I had to get a lot of work done, I was just listening to Doja Cat and SZA like all day long, and I was like dancing in my desk and like I wanted to get work done. So like
music is a huge motivator. It can change my whole entire mood, and I don't utilize it enough.
You should. I've been listening to music a lot. I love it.
I also feel like our groups are kind of warping our motivation right now, because like I'm really motivated to get work done because it's not reliant, like my work right now isn't just for me, it's for my whole group. And like if I can't let my group down, like that's not an option, you know, like I have to like keep working because we have deadlines. So I feel like that kind of warps it, because right now it's like linked to other people, and I'm like, I'm not gonna like be late or procrastinate something because that means it's late and procrastinated for everybody. So that and also our school is so hard. I feel like you just like once you start doing the work, you're just like so like you just have to keep going forward, or else you're just gonna like you're not gonna make it.
I feel like a lot of other people could probably relate to that too, but it's like so true. We should tell the listeners what we're doing right now in studio, because we had a pin up with our group, but the group project isn't over yet. Thank God.
No, it's like last year this studio was supposed to be last year it was like a group project all the way into the end. So like the very final project was made by 2 people, but this year they've changed it around because our buildings aren't as big, so it's not as necessary to have like a whole group working on one building. But the way they divided it, it's by neighborhood, and our sites are like kind of connected through the neighborhood strategy that our groups worked on. So like our individual buildings are still like relevant to each other and will be interconnected for the whole semester. But right now we're still doing group work because we all have to make site models, and that is a
feat in itself. For some reason, for site models, they have to be at 1/64th scale, and it's a pretty big site, so it's a pretty big model, and a lot of people are like CNCing or working in the wood shop, and for whatever reason, well, the reason being apparently everyone else has work, like the wood shop is packed.
And it's not just packed like normal packed, it's packed with first year undergraduate students who are using the wood shop for the first time
because they have an assignment. Apparently
they have an assignment due on Wednesday, and it has been like, and there's so many of them, it has been literal chaos. Like my group had to take a 15-foot like piece of wood from the work court and like cut it down into 3-foot sections to make this site model. and we were in the wood shop on a Sunday at 9 a.m. on a Sunday, and they were at capacity.
Crazy.
They had no more headphones, no more glasses. They were fully at capacity, and it was just like terrifying because I'm already a little intimidated by the wood shop. Like the saws are scary, and then you're just in there with these kids that have
no idea.
Well, they have like all the confidence in the world, and they're doing the
True.
scariest shit on these like little band saws, and it's just like I can't even look at them. It's too.
So yeah, this week has been a lot. And we're all not fighting over the CNC, but like fighting over the CNC because there's only one group can really use it at a time, and sometimes two.
Some cuts can take from like 6 hours to 2 hours. Like you don't know how long a cut is going to take. And it depends on the material.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
Like, cause there's like a simulator and it'll tell you the time it'll take to cut, but then they always are like probably double that. And that's how long it will actually take.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my group is cutting wood, which is a lot slower to cut than foam.
Yeah.
And then also
your group is cutting in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Good for them. I'm so happy for them. I set up the file.
Yay.
It was great. But like milling the wood and like getting it to the right dimensions that you need and the right thickness for the CNC is like in itself a week. And they give us a week to do these models, and because of the scale, each model is like 3 foot by 3 foot. Like they're massive models.
Crazy.
And it's just gonna be so interesting.
It's gonna be interesting to say the least. I think these models are due like Thursday, right?
Yeah, but I think that the deadline's pretty
I'm
blurry
hoping it's
right
a
now
soft deadline because my group is CNCing Thursday morning now. It's the earliest spot we could get.
No, because it's not feasible for all of these groups. Like it's like 15 groups or something to all get a time on the CNC to cut for like 3 to 6 hours. Like there's like not enough time. And like, and you have to make the file and you have to find your materials, pay for your materials, and build them to the right thickness. So all of that work, like it just can't for 15 groups happen in a week. So
it's horrible. And also if you don't know what a CNC machine is, because I didn't until like last year, it's kind of has the abilities of a 3D printer but can cut stuff.
It's like the opposite of a 3D printer.
Yeah, the reverse.
It subtracts instead of adding material.
But it can cut anything, like curves, little buildings, that like it's very cool. But the setting up the file is actually like literal hell for no reason, and the CNC machine is like straight from the 60s. Like literally
it looks like you're in like Star Trek at like a little computer on like
you have to use like a joystick to push like play. You're like no, it's rough. But next week we'll update you guys on that in our studio synopsis episode.
I'm very, very
I'm sure we'll
excited.
have a lot to say.
I'm like praying this turns out, because my group
I feel like
put
it will.
So much work into this.
It will. It has. There's no other option.
There's no other option. Yeah, but
it's satisfying seeing everyone's models, because site models for some reason are so like
they're
satisfying and fun to make.
I'm so sad I'm missing it being cut, because I just like love, like the CNC is such a fun thing to conquer too. I got such a high today when I was done with the file. Yeah. And I like put it in the thumb drive and it's all ready to go. I was like yes,
we did it. Yeah, I know.
But
yeah, I have to still wait like 2 more days to do this.
You guys are almost there.
We're so close. Patrick, shout out, has set up the file for us. He's a king for that, because I've done it once and I never want to do it again.
Yeah. Now that I've done this one, I'm like, let's CNC anything. I'm like, I'm ready to CNC everything for the year.
You need to do like a crash course on CNC.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with it now.
It's funny. It is fun. It's amazing to use once you know how to, and once you can get a time slot whenever you want to. Like amazing.
Yeah.
Jinx. Okay.
Next. Is it normal for an architecture studio class to seem relatively unrelated to architecture?
Yes.
Yeah. It's actually quite a shock at first.
Especially your first year. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Nothing you do will will feel like you're in architecture school at all. You'll be like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I doing? Where's the building? You won't be designing a building.
No. But the first year of my undergrad and the first year of my grad, I was doing painting analysis. And I'm like, why have I been assigned a painting and I have to like make another painting?
Yeah.
For what? Mm-hmm. But like, you learn stuff and they're sneaky with it.
You have to trust the process because it only makes sense when you're out of it. When you're in it, it's like you want to bang your head against a wall.
Literally.
But then once you're out of it, like right now, I'm like, oh, thank God I did that. Like, I totally get it. I have all the tools I need, but like, it's a
because little do you know, you're learning all the technical skills you need, and like you are learning.
It's disguise it. I feel like, I don't know if like other curriculums for other things do this, but like they break things down into like really simple ways to view things that are just exactly the same as how you would view it in architecture looking at a building, but that's fine, but they don't tell you that, which I think is what can be so disorienting. Yeah. They're like, and I'm not going to tell you that, with a smile on their face. And you're like, oh, like, just tell me. Like, what's happening?
No, then they'll be like, okay, now turn this painting into like a little room or a little building. And you're like, whoa, where did that come from?
Sorry.
But like, okay. So to answer that question, yes, it is normal.
Yes, very normal.
And honestly, like, enjoy that period because it's the least stressful time ever. Because you actually get to be the most creative.
And be really creative. Like, just take it all
just
the way.
Do literally
like,
whatever you want.
Weirdest things you can think of, just do them.
Because you think it's life or death in that moment, but your critics know that this is like your first assignment ever, so they're not gonna judge you hard at all.
You might think, like, because they treat studios still like exactly the same.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels a little more serious, even though you're doing something relatively silly. But like, don't take yourself too seriously. Just like,
not at all.
Put it all out there. Put all your thoughts out there. And like that first year, your professor's like job is to basically like help you filter all that stuff out.
Exactly.
And like work through it. So just ask.
Yep.
Ask anything.
Ask anything, do anything. Okay, next question. How many hours a week do you spend on studio work outside of studio? Like 1 million.
Yeah.
Like, well, now, okay, I don't really even think of this as like hours. Like hours. It's more just like how much general work.
I literally can't count them because I don't know. Like, I just like, this is all I do. This is my life. Like,
it's mostly like 9 to 7. Not 9 to 5, but 9 to 7.
So like yesterday, like I was at school. How long was I at school?
A long time.
I was at school for a while, and then I came home in the afternoon. So I was home at like 2 or something.
I think 3.
2 or 3. Yeah. And then I didn't do any work until like 8 p.m. And then I did work from like 8 p.m. till 11 p.m. So it's like I'm doing this all, and in between that time, 2 to 8, I'm watching TV and doing other things, but I'm always thinking about my project and what, like, it's always in the back of my head.
So like almost all the time, and that's not even exaggeration, like all the time, unless we're making dinner, watching TV, we watch a lot of TV, which thank God.
And I'm thinking while I'm watching.
Exactly. And our weekends, literally our weekend is every other weekend, because like sometimes like 2 weekends ago we were in studio all day long, but then last weekend we went to my sister's homecoming, and this
you have to stop saying that. We went to help her sister get ready for homecoming. We didn't go to the homecoming.
A lot of people have gotten confused. We did not go to the dance. We got my sister ready, and thank God, because what would she do without us?
We curled her hair and put her makeup on
and took
photos.
Stunning photos.
Yes.
Anyways, so a lot of hours.
A lot of hours. But you don't have to be that. Other people do it differently. We just are like obsessive for some reason.
Because at the end of the day, we love what we do.
We love what we do.
We came here for a reason. No one's forcing us to be here. But it's true. It's true. Or else why else would we have a podcast about architecture?
Yeah. If you don't want us to say, well, we just love what we do, like, we're not the wrong people for it. Because, like, clearly we love this so much that
we have a podcast on architecture.
Even on our off hours, like, we're not clearly doing work right now. We're still talking about architecture.
Literally.
We're still talking about architecture.
And I would have it no other way.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to read the next question?
Yes. The next question is advice to yourself before you started architecture school.
That's a good question. I like that question.
Yeah.
Before I started, okay, for me, it would be my undergrad. Yeah. I think, I don't know. You go first.
I was going to say, like, go with the flow.
Yeah.
Like, just don't even question some things.
True.
Just, like,
True.
Just, like, let things roll off. Just, like, it's a lot of unexpected stuff, and it's not going to be exactly what you think it is, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's good advice. My advice would be to not be intimidated by other people and ask all the questions you can, because my first year I was so confused by everything. One time for my pinup, didn't understand what an axon was, took a screenshot of my computer screen and pinned it up of my model in Rhino. One of the most embarrassing moments of my life, but like I was confident, whatever, because everyone else seemed to know what they were doing, and I was like, oh, I'm just like stupid, I don't know what I'm doing. But then I'm like, no, we all learn this at the same time for the first time. Like, why wasn't I just like asking questions?
It's just like hard because design is like so personal. Yeah. But also it's like one of those things that's like just not taught anywhere. So it's not one of those skills that you just like have been learning your whole life, like exactly in regular school. So it's just kind of hard to like adjust to going to design school and like figuring it all out, because and every single other person is doing the same thing. Like, even if they have a parent that's an architect or something like that, like neither of our parents are architects, creative, like they're not in any design school or anything like that. So like you feel like a little like a fish out of water, but like,
and don't compare your creativity skills either.
No,
because that gets messy quick.
Yeah, we're all learning,
and we're all different.
Yeah, you might see people and be like, they're the most amazing artists, they can sketch really well, but you know what they can't do? Like a handful of other things. Yeah,
a handful of other things, exactly. I like that question. That was good. Okay, our last question is why do architect majors frequently pull all-nighters and sleep at their desks? Is it procrastination, or is it the workload so heavy that it requires that?
That's a choose your own adventure.
That it really is, because I feel like it's depends on your personality, because some people procrastinate so much that they have no option and that they won't get it done unless they are up all night. But then nothing that's done past 1 a.m. is good at all. So yeah, but also our workload is so heavy that sometimes I don't know, I feel like it's procrastination, because I've never had to pull an all-nighter, and it's a lot of work.
I don't think a lot of people procrastinate in architecture school. I think what happens is that they pivot and they change their mind too much.
That's
sometimes
really
you
true.
Just have to stick with your gut and that first thing that you decided in like a couple months back, and just go with that, because a lot of people will change their mind and pivot too late, and then it creates more work for them at the end.
We're learning this now.
Yeah, which I've learned recently. Yes. So like yeah, it's like, it's also the problem with going to design school, because there's always something better. Things can always be better and change, but like at the end of the day, we don't have time to be doing an infinite long project. Well, also at the end of the day, we're designing like I don't know how many square feet of affordable housing in DC in 3 months. In 3 months.
Yeah, in 3 months.
We're doing what an entire architecture firm would spend years on, like in 3 months, basically. So it's definitely the pivoting and like changing your mind. You kind of just have to find something that you like and stick with it through the end and like make it work.
make it work, because once you're done with the design process early, you can make the drawings look so pretty.
Yeah.
And a few of times, like, I had no time to make the drawings look as nice as I wanted them to do, and I was like, why did I change so often? But
yeah,
yeah,
I feel like everyone that
exactly
pulls all-nighters, they pull all-nighters because they care so much.
Yeah,
they're not pulling because they like because if you procrastinate and that, like, you wouldn't pull an all-night.
That's
you
true.
Know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you care a lot, so you're just like, you're trying to make it work for this like vision that you have.
I think for most people, unless you're quitting architecture, almost everyone in this cares deeply.
Yeah.
If you didn't, then why would you put yourself
You
through
wouldn't
this?
put yourself through any of this.
Yeah.
It's not like that bad, but it's just
No.
like,
But it is
it's a lot of,
intensive.
it's intense, and it's like if you didn't care about school, why would you be in AP classes? You know, it's
Exactly.
like that type of thing.
True.
You choose to do those things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for our advice column. I love this episode.
Yes.
I love answering questions.
Already love it.
Already love this. So please keep thinking of questions and writing us questions so that we can do more of these, at least once a month or once every other month.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you for listening to Talkitecture. Follow us on Instagram. You can watch us on YouTube and watch our clips on TikTok, my personal favorite. See you next week. Bye.